Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is very different. You guys have been a part of my family. You have been with me for a long time, and being a part of my family, I do believe I need to share this information with you. But yesterday I had to say goodbye to my best friend, my soulmate, my love, Bentley. It's really hard. It's a hard decision to make. I've been crying left, right, and center, and a lot of you who follow me on social media, on Instagram, have given so much love, and I've received all your messages and calls and DMs, and I just want to say thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. I know that if only Bentley knew how much he was loved, I think he'd be very happy. And I just wanted to share with you guys a little bit about Bentley and some good moments that I have, cherished. Bentley came to me when he was 3 months old, and I did share this in one of my previous videos. And he came to me at that age, and now he passed away at 16 years and 5 months with me, and making him 16 years and 8 months old. He's lived one hell of a beautiful, privileged life, I would say. There's a lot of stories about him. He was such a naughty dog. He was such a naughty dog. Like, he would end up breaking the gate of our backyard, going into the golf course, getting lost, and he was found at a shelter. I remember going crazy at that time. He's been hit by a car. He has been found hanging upside down on my porch, almost hitting the bricks. He's always like weaseled his way through like metal bars and gates, and then coming back with bruises. He's been through it all. And then last year I was thinking to myself, I'm happy he never got sprayed by a skunk. And guess what happened? He got sprayed by a skunk. So yeah, he has been through it all, and he's had such beautiful moments. He lived such a lavish life. We have an elevator in the house because of my mom and her arthritis, and Bentley had arthritis, so he started using that. And then we'd always bring like food from like these really nice restaurants. We'd bring extra back for him, and it's funny because people would think, my dad's the man of the house, or when they know me, they're like, oh, you run the house. But the truth is, Bentley ran the house. Everything revolved around him. So yeah, past 3 years, about actually end of 2018, December 2018, Bentley had a situation where he couldn't get up, and his back legs had given out, and we were panicking. But then a night later, he was completely fine. And it was like that for a while. But then, he started limping a bit and all of that. But it wasn't painful. It got really, really bad about, I would say, exactly 3 months ago. It started getting really bad. And, I feel like his soul really pulled through to be with us. He didn't want to leave us. He knew we weren't ready to let go of him. And he pushed himself. But we had him checked up and everything. Every year he got his checkup done, but this time we saw his body functions deteriorating. He didn't pee for 48 hours. Before that, he was pooping black liquid blood. Sorry, not blood, my brain's everywhere. Black liquid. It was like tar. So there was that, and he started chewing his thigh like crazy. So there were a lot of things he just started doing in the past, I'd say now 3 weeks. But we saw that how bad his leg was, and he would try to get up, and when we take him to the washroom, he'd be fine, but sometimes he would fall. And we're like, okay, this isn't looking good. But, we had given him medication. We worked along the guidelines, and eventually just came to a point about 2 nights ago where he had, like I said, 48 hours he didn't pee, and he wasn't getting up at all, and his functions were deteriorating. And my dad and I made the decision that we have to let him go. It's the hardest decision to ever make. Just want him back. But I know it was the right decision, and he passed away peacefully. It's so weird how everything just sort of worked out. Like, my dad didn't sleep all night, nor did I, and he found a crematorium for animals, and this place is so beautiful, and the two ladies that work there are so sweet. So in the morning when they opened up, we went around like 11 a.m. to go check out the funeral home. And right before that, my dad had already called the vet, and he said, I'm coming to do this whole thing. And we went to the funeral home, loved it, came back home, and they said they'll be there at 1:45, and the doctor said he'll be there at 1 o'clock. We didn't feel rushed at all. We surrounded Bentley. We did our ardas, which is our prayers. We gave him a lot of love, a lot of amazing food, spent so much time with him. And when it was time to say goodbye, we put rose petals on him and these two purple flowers on his ear. And, we took his collar off so we can keep it. And he had his blanket and raptor's gear with him. And they sedated him, and when he was sedated, I made sure the family was looking right at him, and I was looking at him. I had seen so many videos where, people were saying how animals, when they're being let go, their family members are not able to see it. They turn away, they look away, or they have to leave the room, and then that's the last thing that their animal sees, their pet sees. And so I decided that everyone's going to look at him and just be there for him. And when he got sedated, they sedated him, and when the doctor did the thing, I grabbed onto Bentley's cheeks, and I smiled, and I had tears running down my eyes, and I said, thank you so much for giving me such a beautiful life. And then he slowly started passing out and closed his eyes, and then when they said he's gone, I couldn't let go of him. My cousin was crying, my dad was crying like crazy, my mom, my Bobby. It was really, really hard, and they didn't rush us. They let us take our time, and so he passed away at 1:37 p.m. and then the funeral home people came at 1:45, and they let us take our time, and they put him on a stretcher, and he left the house. And then Dad and I followed to the crematorium, and when they told us to wait for a little bit, and when we stepped inside, they set up Bentley on this beautiful bed, and there was these couches and candles and all of that around him, and they set up the rose petals on him so beautifully, and the flowers. And speaking of that, one thing I do recommend, if you've to go through a situation like this, my cousin did this for me. He put one rose petal and the purple flower that was on Bentley's head and a piece of my baby's fur, and he gave it to me. And so we were at the funeral home, said our final goodbyes, and it's gone. He gave me a wonderful 16 years and 5 months of my life. He came to me at such an important time in my life, and I'm forever grateful to him. He's lived so beautifully. He's given us so much. Everybody was so attached to him, and he's a family member. He's the one for us. Last night was tough. I am pretty much all cried out. I broke down while driving today. I broke down on the kitchen floor last night and just cried every single place where Bentley used to sit. And I grabbed his favorite toy, and I slept with it last night. And I woke up like this, just cuddling it, because I miss him so much, guys. I don't know how to come home and not be greeted by my best friend. So, her family is going through it, but one thing I know is that we're going to celebrate his life. Not a lot of, especially shepherds live up to 16 years and 8 months, and he's lived a long and beautiful life. And Daniel and Ria, well, actually, Daniel kind of brought this up to me. He said, when sometimes someone turns 100, Bentley was 4 months away from 100, we celebrate their life. So let's celebrate Bentley's. And it was very interesting because this whole month there's a lot of travel involved with business and a little bit of fun. Like for my dad and I, a lot of travel, and we were worried that what if anything happened to Bentley, but we knew we'd get on a flight back and come back to him right away. And for some reason, it's like Bentley just knew, and he was like, he looked like he was ready to go. By the way, when the vet came, the vet did say that, his body is going to start deteriorating even worse, and he was about to suffer. We actually got exactly on the line of when his suffering kind of began, to thank God it didn't get worse than that. And we had to make that decision because we didn't want to be selfish. And I think one of the hardest things to ever do is to make that decision for anyone, for a human being, for a pet. But it was the right thing to do. And I talked to my dad and mom, and they're all like, you need to learn to celebrate his life. You need to accept. And of course, everyone's emotional. Everyone's been crying. My dad woke up today and he was like, I didn't have anyone to wake up with because my dad sleeps with Bentley. And my mom was like, I didn't have anyone to give food to. And my puppy's like, it was so weird. I didn't have anyone to like come and greet right away. And the first thing I do when I wake up is I greet Bentley, and the last thing I do at night is I see him. That's how my nights and days are. And then every hour I'm checking up on Bentley at night. But the last week was pretty horrible, cleaning his vomit, cleaning his liquid poop, all of that. It was just, you could tell that something's wrong with him and it's time. But yeah, Dad's teaching me that I have to celebrate his life. And Daniel, Ria, and I had a plan to go to Miami, and then after this I have to go to LA for some business stuff. And in Miami I'm also meeting, I'm doing something for my future as well there, a quick meeting. And so it kind of worked out, and Daniel, Ria had gifted this for my birthday, and their birthdays just passed as well. So we decided we would go, and they asked me, do you still want to go? And to be honest, in the moment I was like, no. But my dad said, learn to celebrate his life, and he knows how hard it is for me to be in this house right now and go to the specific areas that Bentley was. So he recommended me to go. So I'm gonna take that trip. The one thing my dad's always taught me is you got to move forward. You can take the memories of your loved ones with you, but you move forward. When Dad's mom passed away, next day he was at work, but he let himself grieve, and he also told himself life has to move. So I think he's trying to do a bit of tough love, and I did try to argue with him to cancel, but I believe he's right. I've spoken to a lot of my friends and close loved ones, and they all agree that this is the right decision for me. So I'm going to go to that, and I'm going to celebrate his life, and I want everyone to celebrate his beautiful life as well. And I miss him, and I just wanted to be honest and open with you guys that this YouTube family has lost a family member, and I just hope that he was greeted up there by his brother Valkyrie, and I know how much happiness he's given me, and I just hope he's happy. So I want to share this with you all. This is for Bentley left. This is how I, where's the camera? There we go. This is how I had him looking. I know it's so hard with this ring light, but hopefully you guys can see a little bit. But I put like flowers in his hair and in his ears, and he just looks so adorable and so cute. That's my baby. I miss him so much. He's so cute. I miss him so much. I just want to say thank you guys. Thank you guys for being there. Thank you guys for being there for my family. And thank you for your overwhelming support and love. And I'm going to learn to celebrate him.